Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn civics lesson number 4, fundamental rights, part 1. Refer to page number textbook, page number 76. Now, fundamental rights means what? Basic rights of an individual. Now we get the certain rights at our birth itself. Now even a newborn baby has the right to live. Therefore, nobody can kill him at a small age. Therefore, the government and the society, they try to take their efforts to ensure that the baby is in best of its health, and an individual gets a protection from injustice, exploitation, discrimination, means difference, and deprivation. Will they be able to develop their skills and qualities? Therefore, if one gets their basic rights, what will happen? It creates a atmosphere very conducive or good for the development of his personality and as well as the entire society. Therefore, the Indian Constitution has guaranteed equal rights to all the citizens. Why? In order to create very good atmosphere for itself and for the country itself. So this is called as the fundamental rights or the basic right. So fundamental rights means what? Certain rights which are being given by the constitution, and the government cannot make any law that violates this particular rights. So it is imperative or it is compulsory for everybody to abide or follow these rights. Now let us learn some of the rights which is given in the Indian Constitution. The first one, right to equality. As the name itself suggests, that equality means what? No difference has been made between the superior or inferior or man, woman, and no different treatment should be given to anybody. Same law is applicable to all. Therefore, these laws help us to protect our rights. For example, we can say that no one can arrest without a warrant. Okay. Also, the state cannot discriminate or make any difference while extending such protection. Now let us learn what other rights are included in the right to equality. The state cannot discriminate or make any difference against any citizen on the grounds of religion, caste, race, sex. Decent means what? Origin of a person or place of birth or residence for government employment. Then the inhuman practice of untouchability that was prevalent in our country, that has been abolished by the law. Intouchability, as you know, that there were a difference in the caste system. Now, the practice of untouchability is a form of a big offense. Therefore, this practice has been abolished or it has been banned by the government. Why? So that equality is been established in the Indian society. Therefore, the constitution has banned titles also that create an artificial hierarchy amongst the people. For example, like there were Raja, Maharaja, Rao Bahadur earlier, but now that titles are being just banned or abolished. Right now, let us learn. Do you know? Now the constitution, it prevents the state from conferring titles that nurture inequality and draws the wedges in social unity. Differences are being caused in the society. So the constitution has been banned these titles. But the state, they can confer awards like we already know, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, for their valuable contribution in different fields. Bharat Ratna, as we know, is the greatest civilian honor or the award of our country. Medals are also been given to the armed forces like Paramveer Chakra, Ashok Chakra, Shaurya Chakra. It has been given to the people in the armed forces who has done the valuable work. Such awards do not bestow any special rights or privileges or facilities are being given to those who receive them. It is just that it is a recognition for their valuable contribution for the country. Right to liberty. Now this is a very important right given by our constitution, and it guarantees of all the freedom necessary for a particular individual. Therefore, as a Indian citizens, they have the right to freedom of speech and expression, then freedom to assemble but peacefully, freedom to form any association or union. Then they can move freely throughout our country. Then they have the freedom to reside or settle in any part of the territory of India. Then freedom to practice any lawful profession or to carry any occupation, trade or business of one choice. Now, let us learn the right to liberty in the constitution is been given to us by the freedom of speech and movement. Therefore, it is necessary for us to keep it safe. This legal protection has been given to everybody and it cannot be denied to anyone. Therefore, example is been given that we cannot take life of anyone. In a simple term, what it is, it has a very deep meaning. It implies that everybody has the right to live and nobody can kill himself also, right? Others also cannot kill any person, but he also has his own right to live. Therefore it becomes very uh, conducive for a person to live in this particular country with all his basic rights, and nobody can take away anyone's life. No person can be arrested without any reason, right? Now let us learn to liberty now also includes the right to education. All the children between 6 and 14 years of age are entitled to get the education as a fundamental right. Primary education is compulsory for all the children belonging to till the age of 14 years. Now we can see that no child can be deprived of education. He has the right to get primary education. Now let us learn about right against exploitation. Now the right against exploitation implies the right to prevent exploitation. Now no one can trouble any person without reason. Therefore the constitution has banned all the types of operation through the right against exploitation. Therefore it has made a special provision also to prevent the exploitation of the children. Now it has been prohibited that to employ children under 14 years of age in hazardous place. Means it is unlawful to make the child below the age of 14 years to work in a very bad environment, or now we cannot employ any children who is under the age of 14 years. Therefore children cannot be made to work in factories and mines. It is an offense right now. Exploitation includes that of bonded labor or forcing someone to work against his or her wish and treating him somebody like a slave. Bonded labor means what? Means he's been treated like a slave and he's compelled to work 24 hours for his owner. Okay. Now thus, we cannot make anyone work like a slave and deny his basic necessities and make him work very hard and strive him or do any ill treatment towards that particular person. Now generally what happens, the women and the children, they are being considered as a weaker section of the society and they have less power. Therefore what happens, the people start exploiting them. But this right of against exploitation helps them to overcome any difficulty that comes in their life. Now in this chapter we have studied the rights to liberty, equality and right against exploitation. In the next chapter we are going to learn some of the more fundamental rights in the constitution. I hope you must have understood this particular lesson. If you have any query, kindly contact.